Hey, and welcome to Homeschooling 101 Basics for Parents Before You Start. You can get all the information you need to start homeschooling if you go to 41more.com/new. Today's topic is lifestyle readiness. If you're asking the question, am I ready for this? Am I ready for homeschooling? One of the topics you have to consider is your lifestyle, because we need to get the basics under control. Because as you can imagine, having the kids all home with you, trying to work on academics, doing homeschool is going to add chaos and clutter to your situation. And if you already have chaos and clutter in your home, it's just going to be worse. So let's talk about some things you need to consider. And if you have a chance to get these in place before you homeschool, that's even better. So one parent needs to be home, and this may be a change from your current normal. If both parents are currently working, obviously one parent is going to need to be at home with the kids while they're homeschooling. So you might need to change shifts. Someone might need to start working from home, or you just might need to be flexible and creative with how you do that. What about personality issues? This is a lifestyle thing, right? If you're an extrovert and you were used to going off to work and being with adults, and now you're home with your kids, this may be a stretch for you. You may have to work in some self-care. If you're an introvert, believe it or not, you may love being at home and homeschooling, but you have had enough of kids after a little while. You need quiet. And this is also some self-care you have to consider. So consider your personality and how this will challenge you by homeschooling, and make sure you work in ways to work through that and get some basic self-care in your calendar. Now, this is a huge one. Just basically getting the basics under control. What am I talking about? I'm talking about clutter. Do you need to declutter your house? Do you have too many toys? Too many, the kids' stuff is all over the house. Like, you need to be organized. You don't have to have a homeschool room to homeschool, but you do have to have organization systems in place and rein in the clutter. What about laundry? If you're used to doing everyone's laundry and then everyone comes home to homeschool, this is going to be a challenge. So in my family of 7, I only do my own laundry. Everyone does their own laundry. Once they hit like age 4, they're able to do their own laundry. And I would highly suggest you consider doing that. Even meal planning, going shopping, these things need to be organized and creatively figured out before you start homeschooling, because you won't be able to leave the house every day and go do errands. You need to focus on the kids' schoolwork for a good chunk of each day. How about housework? Get systems in place, enlist the kids to help in the chore routine. They're home now. What better things to learn than life skills of doing their laundry, helping out with the housework? Even think of a school routine. Your lifestyle is going to change, but do you want it to be all rigid and structured? That's really meant for a school setting. You can have a flexible schedule that's still productive, and so you're going to want to think through that. And finally, simplify. You can't do it all, and you have to realize that some things might have to go out the window during your homeschooling season. I love to talk about a thing called planned neglect. Basically, you're saying no to certain things so that you can say yes to your priorities. You literally can't do it all, so stop thinking that you can or making yourself stressed out, putting that pressure on yourself. You can't do it all. Simplify. What are your priorities in this season as you homeschool? Make sure you get that done first. If you have time, an emotional room and all that kind of thing, if you can handle other things, go for it, add it in. But don't ever think you can do it all, you should do it all, or you have to do it all, because you don't. So these are just a few things to consider to figure out, am I ready for this lifestyle change that is homeschooling? And I hope this helped. Check out my post at 41more.com/new.